TSF Entertainment.
Welcome back to the Soul Firm Entertainment, the TSF Entertainment channel. In the building tonight is Retro CG, and I'm joined by DJ Fresh Your Highness. What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro? What up, people?
All right, what's good, everyone? I know we're late.
We
For those of
behind.
you who've been looking for it, we're behind. We know it. But look, we're trying to get adjusted to this new format that Peacock is over here doing, dropping 4 and 5 episodes at a time. Like,
Exactly.
this is not how our channel does reviews. We do
Yep.
episode by episode.
Yep.
So we're struggling with this. We're up to speed, but we give you these quick recaps real quick so we can go ahead and get up to speed so we can get ready for next week. All right, so we're back to talk about Bel-Air. It's season 3, episode 4, Out All Night. What did you think about this episode?
It wasn't a bad episode.
It wasn't.
I'm trying to. No, okay, so it's the next episode. Yeah, it wasn't a bad episode. It's like it. I'm trying to I probably maybe 7 out of 10. It wasn't a bad episode at all. Like it was opening us up. It was opening us up for the rest of the season. But like you said earlier, the way they pumping them out, like it's like, okay, can we get a break real quick to try to to see like
They don't even give us time to talk about an episode.
Can we process what happened on the last episode? Like it's just like when you watch them back to back to back, you be like, okay, for a second you forget what happened on the last episode because you watching them back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10.
Another thing I don't like about this is they don't give you time to anticipate what's going to happen in the next episode or for the remainder of the season because like you're getting 3 episodes at a time. So it's like, it's almost like, let me just fast forward to the last episode.
Exactly. It's like for real, for all you got to do is you could just go to the next episode and watch the recap.
Right.
At the beginning of the beginning, be like, oh, okay, that's what happened on that episode. Okay. And then watch the new episode. That's literally what you could do for real, if you wanted to.
I'm telling you right now, we said it. Okay, so we got some things wrong in our last video. We got some things wrong. We're gonna clear that up. But I still got my eye on you, Amira. I ain't seen it for Amira. I got my eye on you, sis. Trouble. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on into this thing. I personally gave the episode about a 7 as well, so I agree with you on that. The episode description is after LaMarcus's accident, I got my eye on you, LaMarcus's dad. I got my eye on you. I ain't seen it for you either, sir. After LaMarcus's accident, everyone rallies around Hilary to support her. Will and Carlton feel the pressure of running the Blackccess, and it starts to affect their relationship. Lisa and Amira try to ease the tension with a group date. All right. A couple things in this episode I really like, so we'll go ahead and get into it. All right, so you got Hilary at the hospital, and she was, if you remember, last episode she was getting ready to tell LaMarcus about the kiss between her and Jazz. So now she's all up in arms right now because she don't know LaMarcus's fate.
Yep.
Uncle Phil and Viv come to support her, and they just go through this montage of LaMarcus's family there. The Banks are there. Everybody's supporting everyone. I believe Uncle Phil and LaMarcus's dad are frat brothers.
Yeah,
little frat brothers. They're friends, so they're all there trying to see LaMarcus through his situation. So it was really cool when Aunt Viv came out and told him that they had moved LaMarcus out of ICU and that he's going to be all right. And I was thinking to myself, not so sure.
Yeah.
Okay, this scene right here, Uncle Phil had 2 glasses. Who was the second glass for?
Right. I thought it was just me. I literally thought it was just me because I saw that. I saw he had the bottle and I saw he had 2 glasses. So I was like, at first I thought before Carlton came in, I thought it was going to be Jeffrey.
Me too.
And then Carlton came in, and then when we see Carlton looking over like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? And
maybe that's why he asked for Mom. Okay, so I was thinking the same thing. I said maybe he was pouring a drink for Jeffrey because if he was drinking out of the other glass, why not just drink out of the other glass? Why fix a new one?
Yeah.
So that was weird. Or maybe it was a drink he had fixed for Vivian.
I mean, oh well, you know what, Matt? Now that you say that, that's probably right because in this episode, he kept trying to force her to have a talk.
Yeah.
So it might have been because when Carlton comes in, he says your mom is still at the hospital, et cetera, et cetera. So that probably what it was. He probably was like,
because he looks over at the glasses, and that prompted him to ask, where's mom?
Yep.
So I was like, okay, maybe that was a prop device, or maybe that was a plot device that was put there for him to ask about where his mom was. I still thought it was kind of poorly done.
Yeah.
All right. So Carlton is on this, I'm good. I'm not under the pressure. I got to get ready for my meeting with Quentin, and Uncle Phil's, try to brush off, his problems by letting Carlton know that, hey, you're doing good. Keep up the good work.
Yep.
At this point, you're going to get your doors back to your room. And he's excited about getting his doors back to his room or whatever. So I was like, okay, Uncle Phil's doing good with the running interference about what's going on with him and Aunt Viv, or whatever, and not got the kids upset about it. In this scene right here, I was kind of a little confused about it as well, because Jeffrey comes in and he kind of presses Will out a little bit, not too much, but presses Will out a little bit about, hey, is Frederick, what happened the other night? Like, what really happened the other night with y'all down there? And he asked Will, was Frederick involved in anything that he needed to know about? And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, I get you don't want to be a snitch, Will, but you just literally threatened Frederick that you were going to tell Jeffrey if he hadn't. So I was like, okay, why the switch up?
This is before he talked to Carlton. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, and I was just like, Will, I was like, yo, you're doing a terrible job of lying. I was like, your line is horrible. I was like, he could tell that you're lying.
You're lying.
I was like, you're not even making it even believable. And you could had even said like, oh, you know what? Like, hey, he's about to get into it with some people. We stopped it. We got away. You showed up, etc. Whatever. You didn't even do that. Like Jeffrey knew immediately. Like, bruh, you're lying.
Yep,
yeah, you lying straight up.
And Viv is at work right now, and she going through. Part of me thought that she was kind of worried about what was going on with Hilary, but obviously you can see that she's still deep in thought about what's going on with her marriage. One of her college friends or one of her good friends comes in. I can't even remember the lady's name. My bad. Comes in and is like, I told you I was coming out today to check on you or whatever. And, Aunt Viv proceeds to tell her about what's going on with her and Phil. She offers her a pen. She was like, put it right
down the thing. I for sure thought Aunt Viv was like,
okay. Hit it too.
I thought she was going to hit it, but like, okay, let me go ahead. And I thought we was about to have an Aunt Viv zooted scene where she just like that joint hit her and she in space. Like for real.
I want to comment about this so bad, but it's in a future episode, so I can't.
Yeah,
I'll just save that for later. But anyway, she was like, you know what? I'll put a girls' night out for us, and we'll get you out the house, and we'll get you through what's going on. Obviously, she knows about Erica and their past, so she was like, Erica being Erica, So she gets the girls together for them to have a ladies' night out. Hilary comes in. Shout out to that Burberry outfit Hilary got on. That's bad.
It's crazy.
Hilary comes in to check
Burberry used to be so popular in the 2000s. You barely see it now.
Yeah, well, she rocking the hell out of that. She comes in to check on LaMarcus, and of course, LaMarcus is now awake, and he had been asking for her. LaMarcus's mom leaves Hilary and LaMarcus to kind of talk, catch up. And oddly enough, LaMarcus didn't forget that she wanted to talk to him. And she's like, nah, never mind all that. Only thing we're going to concentrate on right now is you getting better. I was like, God, thank you.
Yeah, I peeped that too. When he first said that, I was like, nah, she better not say that right now.
She better not.
I was like, this man almost died, literally. And you about to agree to tell? I was like, nah, don't tell him that.
Don't do that. Not now.
Not at all.
Yo,
it's Pop.
Is dead, man. Go ahead.
When he came in, I was just like, bruh, your son almost died.
Who needs open heart surgery.
Open heart surgery. And you're already talking about, yo, don't worry. He's going to get back on the field. This is where I think, and I can say it because even we haven't seen it yet. Later on, I think this is where they might not get married because she's more concerned about his health and his father is more concerned about him getting back on the field. Like it's almost like his father doesn't even care about his son's health.
Or
like
he's not taking
immediate.
it serious.
He's not taking it serious. It was
You know?
immediately like, oh, let me get on the phone with your agent, and hey,
Yeah.
and it was just like, I was like, bruh, your son almost died.
Yeah. Just got out of ICU.
Like, and I think Hilary had even said for a sec, I think in one of the episodes, she said you were gone for a minute.
Yeah, you died on the field.
Yeah, you died. They had to resuscitate you, and he's still talking about, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna get you back out there and etc. Whatever. I was just like, you just come in immediately, and I think that's where they're going to clash.
I have issue with these type of parents that put so much
that's where
pressure
they're
on
going to
their
clash.
kids to be successful. I get that LaMarcus's dad has been successful, so you're trying to keep that family torch alive and burning, but your son could not be here right now, right? That should be priority, right? So I could agree with you on that. I don't think Hilary seeing it too much for him, especially when he put that phone in that man's hand. That man barely was able to hold that phone. He put that phone in the man's hand. Talking about get on the phone with your agent. I was like, yeah, they ain't gonna make it down the aisle.
I thought he was about to do a whole I thought he was about to go live and do a whole FaceTime, a press
I
conference.
thought so too. I thought he was like get ready to bring in the press. Like, yeah, he's alive, y'all. He's awake. Come on, let's have a press conference in the hospital room. Like, whatever. Over here to Quentin's place, Will and Carlton are getting ready to do their first presentation and giving the status update as to, you know, how they got their business off the ground and how's it doing so far. And they had a really good presentation until, and I felt like this is something should have been, this is something that should have been decided prior to this presentation. Like, Carlton, you're the brains of the outfit. Wilton, you're the face. You're the branding, the marketing, you know. Will doesn't have the business acumen that Carlton has as a result of his upbringing. So it was a natural fit for the two of them. But Will seemed to be a little bothered by the fact that he couldn't answer some of the questions. And, you know, Carlton's like, Will, I got this. Like, chill. You know, so I saw right here, I said, oh, yeah, this is going to be it for Blackccess. Blackccess ain't going to make it because Will is acting like a black ass.
I'm sorry. But it called me, oh God.
I know it did. I always do. You got to be ready for those random moments that come out of my mouth. So the Blackccess.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, he is acting like a black ass.
Yeah, that called me over, God, because I thought you was about to say Blackccess or whatever it's called.
Blackccess, black ass.
Okay,
so
folks.
Go ahead and go through the presentation to let everyone know that, you know, he's done his research. He's done his research in regards to the fact that it is a lifestyle brand, but they have plans on with the merchandising, you know, scaling that up to make a profit. You know, they have a low investment as far as the merchandise is concerned, and that they planned on selling the shirts for about $40-$50 a pop. So they seem to think that they're going to do well with the merchandising side of it until Q asks them, well, what's up with your inventory? And Carlton was getting ready to answer him honestly, but then Will kind of jumped in and was like, well, we're working on it. We'll have inventory soon. It was like, well, the goal is for y'all to have businesses up and running and profitable by the end of the summer. So that ain't going to work. Better do something. What were y'all thought? What was your thought?
Yeah, Carlton wasn't feeling it. And that's where we showed, and that's where it showed where it was just like, Will is so used to
finessing his way
and hustling his way out of stuff. With Carlton, it's like, yo, I know the actual business of stuff, so like we can't finesse this. Like, and at the same time, I didn't understand because I was like, yo, man, I don't want to jump to the other episodes, but it was just like both of them should have came together because they were both having something to prove. So it was just like, yo, I got something to prove. You got something to prove. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's lock in and do it this way. But yeah, it was just like, you know, Will is always just like, oh, we got it with no game plan. What Carlton is like, yo, no, let's make a game plan and then say, yo, hey, we got it. But that show how the difference is because Will
imbalance.
yeah, it showed the differences where Will's like, yo, I can finesse it. I'm gonna make sure it get done. With Carlton's like, yo, nah, we need a game plan. Like we can't finesse this. So that I definitely thought was I was like, yeah, well, Blackccess is about to get ready to go down before it even start.
Yep. Okay, so Carlton, they're going to meet up with Jazz because now they got a little pressure under them to go ahead and try to get this inventory in hand so they can go ahead and start moving this product, these shirts. And so, Carlton is still kind of lecturing Will about Will making decisions for the business without necessarily consulting him.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like giving Will a little bit of flack about the race, about Frederick, about everything that's going on right now. And Will's like, can we just focus on the business, please? They get over here to Jazz shop and they try to press Jazz out about the connect. Like, listen, you got a hookup right now. Like, Tony ain't answering the phone. He ain't answering no text. He going to bring you the shirts when he bring you. And this is not working for Carlton. Carlton's like, we need a definitive ETA on when we're going to get these shirts. Oh, you get them when you get them. So Carlton's starting to get a little, pressured, feel a little pressured by we're not going to make our deadline. Will's like, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
That's
exactly what it was.
Handle it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew right here that these two were going to have some type of conversation about the whole Uncle Phil sending Erica the letter and getting out of doing work with her and trying to get more work into the law firm. And so Jeffrey's idea for him to pick up other clients is to work with this Campbell guy, this new developer that's coming to town to build this mall, the shopping center, the strip center, whatever. And Uncle Phil not really feeling it, but at the same time he does identify and realize that he do need other clients outside of Erica in order for his firm to be successful. Not really much here to talk about with these two. I love their moments. I love that they got past their beef in previous seasons. So it's good to see that those two are still, vibing.
As well as they talking about that Erica told Vivian about the kiss.
About the kiss, yeah. They did talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was Uncle Phil kind of realizing that he made a mistake by not bringing that to his wife first and allowing Erica to have that leverage over him. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles things going forward. All right, so Lisa shows up and, she tries to cheer Will up. Well, not necessarily cheer Will, but she kind of pop in, surprise him like she got a day off. She's been stressed out or whatever, so they want to go on a double date.
All I'm going to say is when we get to that episode, we called it. Just remember, we called it.
We called it.
Especially Retro. Retro has said it. He told y'all.
I told y'all. Amira, she's here. And I'm like, you just new on the scene right now. You need to be kind of riding, in the back seat just a little bit. You got to ease your way into this thing. But she come up in here like she got this thing lit.
Yep.
The fellas are kind of at odds right now, so they're not really feeling the ideal about the double date. But they did
like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure. So they separate. They're at the beach now. They separate. They kind of go on their own thing. And each one of them are venting to their old lady about each other. So, the girls try to do a good job of running interference and, trying to keep them focused and, trying to give them. And the crazy part about it is Amira did kind of give Carlton good advice about Will, but we'll get there.
I didn't understand Will. It was just like, bruh, okay, you saw Carlton and Amira having fun, chasing whatever. And then immediately you just grab Lisa like, come on, like it was a contest. And I'm like, bro, why is it a contest for y'all to have fun? I was just like, I mean, I get it. You mad at them, but I was like, why is it a contest for y'all to have fun?
This is so petty.
I was like, y'all could have chilled right there on the beach. Like, why is it a contest? You literally grabbed her and she's like, what's going on? And you drug her into the water.
Yeah.
And then immediately y'all go into this whole volleyball thing where at first it was going to be, girlfriend, boyfriend versus girlfriend, boyfriend. And they like, nah, it's about to be boyfriend versus girlfriend, girlfriend. And then y'all can't even decide on that. And I was just like, bro, I was like, okay.
It shows their immaturity. It shows their age. Sometimes I feel like they write them where they're adults.
Yeah.
But it's moments like this that reminds us that they are teenagers.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good in writing when they do that.
This was definitely it.
Yeah, because they argue about the most stupidest stuff, the pettiest stuff.
I ain't even gonna lie. At one point, I for sure thought they were gonna come to blows.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna throw hands. Yeah, I thought some hands was getting ready to get thrown.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna throw hands, and then like Lisa and Amira was gonna come in, and then it was gonna be like, not saying Lisa and Amira was gonna go at it, but they was gonna have some type of argument. But like, well, if your man didn't do this and your man didn't do that, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. But it was just
I thought it was gonna be something like that too.
That's what I thought, and I was just like, bro, I was just like, oh man, this scene right here.
Jazz shows up at the hospital with his mom's world famous coconut bars, and he's going to come offer his support to Hilary. And I'm like, that they could have done something else with that. That was just stupid. That was just absolutely stupid and thirsty.
It wasn't even thirsty. I was just like, okay, all right, I get it, Jazz. But I was just like, we haven't seen your parents since what?
Season 1.
Yeah, I was just like, you brought up your parents, and my mom, she cooked whatever the cookies were. And you saying like, oh yeah, it's my bad, what happened, etc. with everything. I just want to make sure
about
everything, it was my fault. I just want to make sure you're good.
But I was just like, he almost had a war until she looked over there and saw I'm like,
I was like, yo, where'd she come from? I was like, first of all, why you even come to the hospital with Shorty?
With her, yeah.
You could have left her at home. And then you mad like I told you to stay in the car. She shouldn't even have been there, bro.
She should have even been there. And you almost had your girl. You had to war down. That was smooth move with the cookies. Smooth move till she looked over there at the elevator and saw, okay, well, see you later, Jazz. Peace.
Because when she turned, and I was like, huh? I was like, what's going on? And she just sitting there, and I was like, really, bro? I was like, you trying to get her back, and you bring another shorty to the hospital? I was like, yeah, bro, you don't want her back like that.
Bad move. These two down here at this press conference with Mr. Campbell, and Mr. Campbell is doing terrible with damage control, crowd control. He just say whatever come out his mouth at these folks. And Yolanda is just eating it up. And so Uncle Phil steps in and, gives a speech on behalf of him and kind of field the questions from the crowds. And, at that time he announces that, he's going to be the counsel for the project or whatever. And I'm like, this ain't going to go well.
And even tell him like, hey, this is why you need me.
Yep.
And goes ahead and do this whole, this was another scene. I was like, bro, Phil, read the room, bro.
Yeah, read the room.
Read the room.
You know what? I can't say too much about this because I feel like Aunt Viv's behavior is, I get that you're upset, but at the same time, the man is trying to make it right. He's trying to have a conversation with you about it. You keep brushing him off, you keep ignoring him. How do you think that the situation is going to get resolved? Like, I feel like enough time has passed where at the very least an argument should have happened. If it's not going to be a conversation, argument, but you keep ignoring him, you keep ignoring the issue, you keep brushing it off, and you just kind of out here doing your own thing. Or I'm going out for a girls' night or whatever, and I'm like, the man is sitting here trying to make things right with you. Like,
Get it, but it's like at the same time, it's like, come on, bro. It's like you so-called, your wife, and you know how easy your wife get over stuff, and you know how
that's true.
She don't get over stuff.
That's true.
You like we seen it from season 1 where it was always every time there was a disagreement, he always wanted to push to have a conversation. So I was just like, bruh, like you see her getting ready for a girls' night out, and you talking about, can we have a conversation? And I was just like, bruh, just let it go. Just like, hey, like, you know what? All right, cool. I'm gonna let it go. Whenever you're ready to talk, we can have this conversation. It was just like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like it just kind of annoyed me because I was like, bruh, even if I was in that situation, I was like, yo, there's nothing I can do. So I'm just gonna let her give her space, and that's what it is. So, but then we see Hilary, she pop up while, Viv was gone out for the night. Nobody's there, and that's where Vivian pops up and was just like, oh well, we don't have no dinner. Let's do this. And she look in the refrigerator and make some what you call it? Not entrees, some appetizers. She makes some finger foods.
That's exactly what it was.
She makes some finger foods, and she just like and they have this whole conversation, and that's where Hilary. I'm sorry because I said Vivian earlier. Hilary is just like how she felt about LaMarcus' father coming in and him not being healthy.
And you know what? I'm glad that they touched on that because we saw it all over her face in that scene that she had an issue with that. So it was good. I was glad to see that she addressed it. Even though she didn't address it with him, she addressed it with her father. Like, yo, I'm not feeling, how his dad is reacting to the fact that he's ready for him to get back out here on the field. And she's like, I don't think it's my place to get in the middle of that. And he told her, he's like, well, it's always your place to speak your mind. So I feel like at some point she's going to address that.
Yeah, literally.
And so they have a father-daughter moment where I like their moments where she kind of goes to her dad for advice, and he kind of gets a little bit of advice from her too. So out here at the girls' night, the girls are out there having a good time. They throwing back shots, and they dancing, and they just having the time of their life. I feel like Aunt Viv shouldn't have been dancing with no other men at the club, but I'll let her get by. I'll let her get by. She was in the company of her girls. She was in the company with her girls. I'll let her get by, but I feel like appropriate.
I'm with you, bro, because it was just like I for sure thought when I watched it, I said, okay, well,
I thought it was going to be the chef.
Get back.
I thought it was going to be the chef, but it wasn't.
I said, even if it wasn't, just the way she was dancing with the dudes, I was like, oh, she about to get her get back. I was like,
yep,
because I forget the character's name, but I know she was from the best man.
Yep.
And she was mad that they had invited her. And so when she started talking about shots and everything else, I was just like, yo, they about to take shots. They about to get super lit.
I thought so too.
And she not even about to remember what's going on. And
she's about to business. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, she about to hook up with one of these dudes. As soon as I saw this right here with the with that same and y'all can let us know in the comments the character, the girl from the best man, when she started liking those pictures, I immediately said,
this is gonna be trouble right here.
I said, this about to be trouble. I said, dude automatically gonna think that it was her, and that's where she's gonna get her get back. And I thought that for sure. And it did not happen.
Yep.
I was actually shocked that it did not happen. Because I for sure thought, I was just like, yeah, she about to get her get back. Because I was just like, the way she was on the dudes, just so loose, and I was like, okay. I was like, all right.
She was being a little,
I was like, all right.
Free spirited. She was being.
I was like, all right, I was like, you about to get your get back. I mean, I can't be mad at it, but I was just like, sheesh, like. Already, but I knew when I saw them likes when she was going
when she was throwing them likes up on Chef, I was like,
I was like, yeah, because at first when I first watched it, I thought it was just her doing it from her phone, and then I realized I was like, oh, she doing that from Viv
her
phone.
Name, her character's name is Steph.
Okay,
I guess short for Stephanie.
Okay.
Steph is her character.
I was like, I thought Steph was doing it from her phone, and then I realized I was like, oh,
they had grabbed Aunt Viv's phone. Yeah, they had grabbed Aunt Viv's phone.
And I was just like,
yeah. I was like, yeah, she gonna get a text or something from him later on tonight.
Yep.
Sneaky link. Lisa is still doing everything she can to try to, get Will to see that, okay, listen. And she even tells him the same thing we were saying. Like, yo, this is Bel-Air. You ain't gonna be able to finesse your way through this. Like, you're gonna actually have to learn something and be about something if you want this to truly work out.
Yep.
And so she kind of, is working with him to kind of pick up some of the terms that he didn't understand in the meeting.
Yep.
And she played this little cute game with him where she was like, every answer you get right, I'll take off something.
Man, they could have honestly, this was the scene that could have been deleted, in my opinion.
Yeah. This man is up trying to pressure himself to walk, get to the bathroom. The man said he can't even go to the bathroom by himself. And of course, Hilary comes in and saves the day. So it just makes me feel bad for LaMarcus because he's really trying to please his dad, but at the same time, not taking the time he really needs to heal. So, shout out to Hilary for coming in and sitting him down. Like, listen, you got to heal. Like, you got to have open heart surgery. Like, don't worry about what they're saying about you on social media, because he told her about, the comments that were being made about him being washed up. His career was over and everything. And she was like, nah, we're going to get through this. You just concentrate on getting better. Don't worry about this. I got this.
I mean, I understood where he was coming from, but I was like, in my head, I was thinking like, bro, how old are you? Like, because I was like, what? Hilary's like 24?
At the very least.
I was like, you can't be no more than what, 25? Like 26, like you still, I mean, I get it. Like you want to get back on the field because you don't want to watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could easily be replaced, but it was just like,
but what good are you going to be on that field?
Exactly. Like, bro, you go right back out there, catch a football and die.
And die.
From like a heart attack. Like you can easily be unalive from a heart attack. Like, you're trying to put yourself so bad. So I was actually shocked that he actually listened to her and sat down, because I didn't think he was. I thought right here in this scene, this is where they were going to be at odds.
Yes, I thought the same thing too. I thought he was going to like kind of snap at her and tell her this is my career and blah blah blah. But I'm glad he took the approach that he took. He listened to his future wife. This thing right here.
This was the scene right here. I was like, okay, I literally said to myself, really trouble. I said to myself,
she's dangerous.
Said, oh, she's still using that booger sugar.
Yeah, she's dangerous. That risk taking, that high life. Let's do it. So Carlton is still ruminating over his opposition with Will right now, and I'm like, this ain't that serious for y'all for you to be spending this much time sulking over it. Neither one of you. So it's the same scene with Lisa and Will. I feel the same way about this scene right here. Y'all could have kept it. Like, I'm tired of Carlton whining about it. He's whining about it the whole episode. We get it. All right. It's over. She's like, oh, you're so unhappy. And you know what? Let's be a little adventurous. Let's speed up and hit the gas and drive faster. And then she starts giving him fellatio while he's driving. I'm like, oh, yeah. She's bad for him. She's definitely bad for him.
I had the scene, it annoyed me in a sense, because I was like, yo, this is Fast and Furious.
Yep, fast.
I was like, you looking at him talking about go faster.
Yep.
And I was like, immediately, the first thing I thought about was Too Fast, Too Furious. Yep. Well, Paul Walker character looks at the girl and he never looks at the road. And I was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. And then I was just like, so I mean, I guess it was good because it was a backstory to show us like how unhinged she is, because the guy at the
grief, well, the
grief has said like, yo, hold on, did we get there yet or no?
No, we hadn't got there yet. But he had previously told Carlton prior to the, remember she got mad when they went to the last meeting about it, that be careful with this one right here. I know her. Be careful with her, and we're going to see why.
Oh, no, we didn't get to that part, but I was just like, so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, this makes sense, because his face was like, okay, she's trying to chase another high.
Yeah,
like,
she's chasing another high.
Another way to get that rush.
To get that high.
And this is what it is. Because I was like, bruh, I've never driven in California on those hills, but I know those hills are
windy roads, sir.
Yeah. And I'm like, you trying to appease her and not look at the road? Okay. I for sure thought, like, I was like, okay, it's about to be an accident.
Yep. Carlton gets to the house and he's just kind of still in his feelings about the fact that his parents have taken the doors off the hinges in his room. He wants his privacy. Yep. He really wants his privacy right now, but he hasn't earned it back yet with his family. So he's kind of like pouting over it. Then he goes out on the patio. Jeff, I'm like, well, shit, he can go in the bathroom and, if he wanted to, he go out on that patio. I mean, just because he got no doors in the room, that don't stop him from having a private moment in the house. But anyway, Jeffrey comes in and he's like, okay, you made it back before your curfew, so I'm proud of you or whatever. And, Carlton comes clean with him about the whole Jeffrey situation, but he only tells half of the story. Like, I wanted him to tell him about the whole gambling thing and the money, because that was the real conflict. That was the real conflict. It wasn't the street racing was the conflict. The conflict was that Frederick was hustling folks and not paid their money. So you try to make it seem like, that's all y'all did was the street racing, but that wasn't where the conflict ensued.
That's not where it ensued.
Yeah.
So I thought he was. I thought he was going to tell it. I thought Carlton was going to tell it all. Like, hey, man, look, you popped up. Jeffrey pulled the money out of his sock.
Yep.
Etc. This is what happened. And immediately he went to, well, we street raced. And I was just like, bruh, like, but I guess at the same time, he was trying to keep it where, like, I don't want to tell Jeffrey about his son.
Yeah.
So, what you got? Oh, man, this ain't annoying. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I was mad at this.
This is where I agreed with you earlier. What you said earlier, this is how I felt about this scene. Like, she just came in from the club, whatever. You see she made it home safe. You know she probably lit. Now is not the time to have that conversation.
Probably. So, you can look at her face and tell she was lit.
Yeah.
I was like, really, bro? I was
man just want his wife back. That's all. He just wanted the man time.
Get it, but it was just like, bro, your wife just came back from a girls' night out.
Do you really think that this is the ideal time to have this conversation? Like, when you had been the subject all night already?
It's like, yo, your wife. And you could tell when she lit, etc., whatever. But you know how your wife is. And you're trying to have a conversation about Erica at that time of night. It was like, I was like, bro, are you serious?
Right place, like, wrong time.
And you talk about, well, I guess it's not a good time to talk about this. No,
it's not.
Dumbass.
It's not. Good night. Good night. Have a nice evening. I'll see you tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie. That joint, I watched this. I got annoyed because I was putting myself almost in the shoes. Like, bro, I'm thinking if I'm reverse, if I'm married and my wife coming to me, I was like, yo, do you look at my face right now? Like, I'm lit.
Do I really want to have this conversation with you?
Do I really want to have this conversation?
No.
Like, come on, bro.
So Hilary tries to make LaMarcus feel a little bit better about, the comments that were made about him on social media. So she put a little makeup on him and fluff up his pillows and put on a little cute dress, and she lay up in the bed with him and take a selfie and post it on Instagram and, put a little cute caption on there. And she's like, okay, this is going to solve all your problems. I'm like, yeah, okay, wonderful. These two sit down. They finally have a conversation about, okay, listen, I'm the brains, you the brawn, you the face, you the marketing, let's make this thing work, because neither one of us can afford for it not to work. You've given up your basketball career. I'm trying to rebrand myself right now. So we need Blackccess to work. Okay. So like, put aside all these other issues. Let's make this business. Let's get this money. And I was like, okay, that's smart of you, Carlton. That's big of you. Okay. Y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah, it really was. And we saw Will trying to educate himself.
Yeah, Will was trying to educate himself, and won't God do it? Look what happened. The inventory pulled up, showed up. They got their shirts.
Yep, got all of them.
Got more than what they expected.
Way more than expected, and that's when they was like, "Yo, what we want to do with this?" And I was like, "Well, Blackccess, or as you said earlier,
Blackccess."
Blackccess.
Black
I was like, well, it's down the drain now because y'all got way more inventory than what y'all thought y'all was gonna get. So it's done. I was like, it's right for y'all. So immediately, as soon as I saw this, the dude was just like, "What? Nah, we don't do it that way. I
knew they was gonna have to do something more to make this thing work for them. I knew that what they thought was gonna be their plan just got changed right here. All right. So Jeffrey at the crib, he chilling, he parlaying, but he thinking. He in deep thought about what's going on with Frederick. He run up in, Frederick comes in, goes into the shower. Jeffrey go rummage through his things and find the burner phone. We've been wondering about this burner phone, so Jeffrey sees that it's one number that he's calling on his burner phone, and he's got to put two and two together about what's going on with Jeffrey. What is Frederick into? And so, and that is how the episode ends. What did you think about this particular situation with Jeffrey and Frederick?
Well, since we're going to discuss it in the next episodes,
you'll save it.
I thought I could say it. I mean, because we're going to discuss it anyway. I thought when he saw that, I thought it was the people that was looking for Jeffrey.
I did too.
So I was just like, I was like, okay, because remember we said that in the last episode, like we talked about it was just like, yo, that's exactly what
We felt like he had something to do with Jeffrey's past back in London.
So I was just like, and he looked at the number, and I was like, I was like, yep, we was right. That's exactly what it is. I was like, it's Jeffrey Pass, and he been keeping in touch with him, and it's a whole thing to set up Jeffrey, etc., whatnot. So when I saw that, I was just like, okay. I was like, that's what we about to get into. I was like,
all right. So that is our thoughts on episode 4, Out All Night. Now, y'all stay tuned because we're getting ready to go ahead and do our thoughts on episode 5. So y'all, after y'all finish watching this video, go on over there and watch episode 5. Drop y'all comments down there and let's talk about it. Even though we've already seen all the way up to episode 8 now, still we want to hear your comments on this episode right here. All right, y'all. We will see y'all in a few.
Yep.